Hi, I'm Kaylin, and I'm here to get you into the flow with a ghost story today. I know this is a little different, but I thought it would be kind of fun to share. And that's, because I was on vacation last week and I was visiting with my mom, and we were in this restaurant and had all these lighthouses, and I told my daughter that lighthouses sometimes are haunted. And I had seen a documentary a couple of years ago about how Fort Lauderdale has one of the most haunted lighthouses. And we've been living in Florida for over a year now, and we haven't gone. I would love to go and see this because it sounds like fun. But then my daughter said to me, are ghosts real? And I said, yeah, I've seen them. So here's my ghost story for you. Many years ago, actually right before I got pregnant with my daughter, I took a couple of ladies on a ladies' retreat. It was what I would call an intensive because it was just two ladies, and we went to Spain, and it was real intimate because you have the time to really talk and help people and do some meditations and work on things, as it is that you travel and see some amazing things and just do some amazing things. And the truth is that seeing the ghosts was one of those amazing things. So my story is that we had been down at Cadiz, but we didn't really like it, so we hopped on the train and we went up to Avila. Now, we just were doing it as inexpensively as possible, so we just rode coach, which is so uncomfortable and so awful, and it was like an 8-hour ride or something like that. So we got into Avila, took a taxi to sort of the nearest hotel, and just stumbled in, checked in, and went and crashed, totally crashed, because we were exhausted. And at that point, the three of us had terrible dreams, very uncomfortable. So we slept, but it wasn't really restful. Both of the ladies that I went could sense energy, and one of them could really sense, and the veil between reality and the other side could really be thin for her at times, so that she can really see ghosts, where the other lady and myself, we can sense them, and we know when they're there, but we can't necessarily see them the way I think she sees them with her eyes. So we wake up, we come down the elevator, and we're kind of going, we didn't have a good night's sleep. There's something funny about the hotel. And, the hotel's just sort of old, and it didn't feel really well kept. And we get downstairs to the lobby, and we get off the elevator, and the woman who can see ghosts instantly gets off the elevator and is going, Kaylin, and she's starting to panic, and she's trying to hide her eyes. She's going, there's ghosts down at the end of the hall. And I look to the other woman, and I could tell that she knows that there's ghosts, and I know there's ghosts. And I'm just kind of going, I know, it's okay, let's just get out of the hall. Let's go to breakfast, let's get out of here. We go to breakfast, and we're talking. And basically, the energy in the hotel and the ghosts that are there are heavy enough, and everything is dense enough, that it's really tarnished our sleep. It affects you because when you're sleeping, you're resting, and your energy's a little more open, and so other energies can come and blend with you and affect you. And I don't mean that in a negative way. It's not like you're going to get a poltergeist following you home, that kind of thing. But what I mean is, for example, for us, it affected our dreams for all three of us, and we didn't like it, we didn't sleep well. So at breakfast, the ladies tell me that they want a different hotel, and we talk to our hotel. They say they won't refund the night because we haven't even been there 12 hours. They won't give us a refund. The ladies are like, we don't care, let's go somewhere else, we can't rest. And so we do, we check into another nice, clean, new hotel. We walk around looking for something that looks really new, because I'm going, I think one problem here is the age. And one thing that's really interesting as a quick side note is that when you go to Asia, and I'm really talking particularly in Japan, because I have more experience in Japan, they feng shui things. They just have a way of life where they keep things energetically cleaner. And it doesn't feel and energetically sense as though the place is thousands and thousands of years old. You don't have that energetic age. so things aren't static. And my experience in Spain was that it has that age. It's thousands and thousands of years old, but culturally, they don't really keep things as clean, and I don't mean surface clean, I mean energetically clean, as they do in Asia. So it's quite a difference. So then the next thing that happened was we're going around, seeing some of the sights, and we walked around the wall that surrounds and keeps the old city of Avila in, because now, of course, it's grown larger. But then we go outside to a church. I love going into churches. I love going in and sensing the energy, and they're often a really nice place to connect. And I just kind of love comparing them, and I always tell myself that one day I'm going to make a book of churches. Of course, I would have to be keeping photos and notes on all of them, and I'm not, but this is what I tell myself because I do like them so much. Well, we go into the church, and it's beautiful because, Catholic churches are always decorated so ornately. And the woman who can really see through the veil, she's going, oh, this is really nice. And she goes, hey guys, right over there where there's a buried, priest or that kind of thing. She goes, they're having a party over there. Those people are happy. And she can just really sense a little deeper. And I couldn't sense that one, but I didn't doubt it, Then we go over, and the church has a sign where they say that down below is Mother Teresa's body. It isn't Mother Teresa. There's been more than one nun with the name Teresa, so it's a different one. However, she was also very impactful and was kind of well known, that kind of thing. So we go downstairs because this is in the church's basement. And it's very odd and strange. The room is divided into 3 rooms, although when you walk in, you can see through all 3 rooms, like the doors. But the first space, the floor is cement, and there's like a pew or something like that. The second space, the floor changes, and it's a wood floor. And because of the age, all of the walking on it, it's level with the cement when you first walk in, but then it really dips down just from wear and tear, and then it goes back and meets the cement on the other side for room number 3. And room number 2 with the wooden floor is where the casket is with Mother Teresa. And then room number 3 is cement again, and there's another pew or something like that. And we go in and we go all the way to the 3rd room because we're looking at each little space. And I look at the woman who can sense energy, and she is about as pallid as I've ever seen her. She is so freaking out that like there aren't even words coming out of her. And she's going, Kaylin, get me out of here. And I could tell that it's really bad. I've worked with her, I had worked with her for many years, and it was really bad. The other woman and I can sense that the energy down here, it's just not very pleasant. I would even say a little dark. And it's really interesting where the wooden floor is, of course, the wood being an organic material, you can feel some of a pull. And ironically, when you walk, it dips down, so there's physically a pull, but energetically there really is too. It's not just our imagination, because we're all saying it, and we're all really experiencing it. And the woman who's just having a real tough time, she's just sort of turning to stone in the sense that when you get to that kind of panic place, you don't know what to do, and you kind of lose control of your body, you freeze. And so I really summons my energy to get more grounded, and I grab her, and I know that I need to get her out of here, and I need to get her sort of back at the earth level, which would be upstairs in this case because we're in the basement. And I do, and that helped, and it took her a little while to come down. But I will tell you that the upshot is that I've experienced ghosts. These aren't my only ghost stories. I've experienced ghosts, and they really do add another flavor to life. And in this case, we got her upstairs, really got her grounded. I had her holding onto things that were real solid and drinking so that she kind of could come back, because one of the things that can happen is you sort of detach energetically from your body, and that can be kind of dangerous and no fun. So I had her come back down, and she was fine, we were all fine, but there is a haunted Avila, let me tell you. And you know, the truth is, anywhere where there have been people in the past, there can be ghosts. And sometimes they're really like a old granny, just sort of, you know, doing her thing, whatever it is she's doing. Maybe she's knitting. And then other times, they don't feel like a person, and it just feels kind of dark. And you know, there's everything in life. There's all sorts of things. But I thought I would share that ghost story because I thought it'd be kind of fun. And I have others. If I find that it's a really popular question, I'll tell you about the ghost in the painting. This is Kaylin signing off. If you ever find yourself with the ghost, make sure to check into your body and really tap into the love you have for yourself, because that vibrates high and that tends to make everything around you leave you alone. So that way you can live in the flow even if you're around a ghost.